All right. Hi, this is Michael Ellis, and this is an update to my sunlight by wire experiment. Um, so as you can see right here, our beans are putting on new leaves and like sprouts, branching out. As you can see here, and also here as well. The original leaves they put on kind of got like burnt a little. I don't know how to explain that, but I think it has to do with being in the plastic and being too moist. Since I opened up the plastic, they put out new leaves, and that seems to be working for them. So that was after we changed back to the copper. They put out new leaves. So in case you're new to this, this is an attempt to replicate Galen Hieronymus's sunlight by wire experiment without using a plate outside in the sun. Instead, using Orgonite as a solar collector. So basically, indoors, using the Earth's magnetic field or whatever powers Orgonite, and collecting that energy and putting it through wire, just like Galen Hieronymus's solar panel, or basically a sheet of copper outside, through that to a box that was completely dark, and as you can see there, with a plate of metal above and a plate of metal below, just like Hieronymus's experiment. And then with shut in the dark, this is a panel that goes down like that and it's taped like that. And then to the ground, to an electrical ground. In our case, we're using a battery positive. He used a whatchamacallit, a water pipe in his basement, which he had blocked out all the sunlight. And he was able to grow perfectly green, photosynthetic plants. I don't know what the plants he was growing, anyways, but we're growing beans and some cranberries in the back that don't seem to be that are sprouting but don't seem to be holding on very well. So those I think is just too much moisture, and the fact that there's the actual berries in there fermenting, and there's not really much for them to root into. Um, so yeah, the bean plants are what we're really paying attention to, because those aren't very finicky, and they grow pretty fast. So it looks like we started out with the beans when the Orgonite was connected to a different piece of Orgonite that had nails in it, and that seemed to make the plants think that the whole interior of the box was a rooting zone in the soil. So the iron seems to make a rooting signal. The copper pipe seems to make a solar or leaf budding zone signal. So it's actually growing green and leafy. And that seems to be providing energy to form new leaves. So hopefully that'll be photosynthetic enough for them to actually grow beans on. But the first set of leaves was in the bag, so it got too moist and they got curled up and burnt. And there's probably too much moisture trapped in these bags in the soil, so that's why they look all crappy like that. Yeah, that's too much moisture, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's just too much moisture. If it's not, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think that's just too much moisture. So they put out new leaves, and we'll see how those do. They're not super green, but they're new. So yeah. So what's this? 20. Oh, I was actually securing this because I actually had to sew the holes with the to keep the plate up, because duct tape does not work well for suspending a piece of flashing under there. So you need something stronger than duct tape, or you need to actually sew the duct tape like I've done to keep the piece of metal up there. So yeah, duct tape isn't strong enough to hold flashing, I guess. So yeah, you can see under there. So I actually had to like run twine and actually sew a hole and tie it around to get to hold the flashing up, because the duct tape is not strong enough. So yeah, so I guess that's it. So we're just gonna see how these new leaves do. Hopefully there's not too much moisture now that I've opened up the bags. Actually, should open that up. Get more moisture in there. So yeah, so you can see the old roots that came out when it was iron signal from the Orgonite. They thought everything was a root zone, so they like started branching out from all over. You can check the previous video for that. So yeah, so now they're just growing out new leaves in there, and so that's it. So that's been pretty taped. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is Michael Ellis, and we'll keep our experiment going. I got a little temperature thing going. It's 80 degrees right now. So yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I will update you later on if there's any fruiting, but it seems to be going pretty slow. So yeah, it's like winter out, so so there isn't a whole lot of energy around for fruiting or whatever. Oops. So yeah. So yeah, I don't think, I don't know if it's just because the Orgonite piece is too small. Right here, you see it's just a solo cup or a party cup piece of Orgonite, or if I need something, if I need to put a copper plate in there or whatnot, I don't know. But it's not doing the greatest. And it's just moved. The beans are just moving along really slowly. So I just I'm not sure why that is. If it's just the moisture problems or pH problems or what. But we shall find out shortly. So thanks for watching. This is Michael Ellis. Stay safe.